Council got anything they want to report?
I would like to ask, I was a little confused on the dog issue because the picture I saw was a golden lab, which isn't a small gray dog. Was there 2 dogs in question here? Because,
No, it's a pit bull cross. He's pit bull with golden lab. About a half-year-old, and they renamed him Isaiah. I hope this dog gets a home, and I hope everybody goes there and spends time with him and advocates for him because he's been through a nightmare.
Any other city council people got any reports?
I have a report that I just came back from the League of Minnesota Cities conference for experienced councilmen or mayors or city administrators, and it was a very good conference. It dealt a lot with data privacy and open meeting law violations and using technology correctly. There's a danger out there, especially on blog sites, that say 5 council people will go on the same blog site and start commenting back and forth. It could be an open meeting law violation along with any other committees in town and stuff. So just to forewarn you guys, go on the blog, make sure there is another councilman on there. You wouldn't want to be brought in on them charges. It also showed, they showed how you can use technology correctly, for council purposes, and recommended probably not using your private phones or anything like that. And if you're going to speak to City Hall, probably do it, just come in person. If you're going to talk to other council members, probably do it that way too, because it's just probably the proper way to do nowadays. And they did discuss probably for setting up in case if there's disasters or crisis in town, there should be a really uniform plan as how you handle the media with that. So probably in the future, if anyone has any interest in some of these items, I'll talk to you about it.
Anybody else?
Yeah, well, I see Fire Chief Namath's here. Can you explain this whole deal that supposedly Crowder saved us all this money on? Did you guys have some kind of contract?
I think the question that was brought up by Brian was what was the difference in the mutual aid agreements from the previous one, and that's what it was. And I actually put together the proposal for the new one, and we wanted the fee schedule in there over 8 hours. We just wanted to make sure that it was clarified. There was nothing that was set in stone or anything. It was just clarified that we had that. So that's what it was. There was no money, no dollars or nothing exchanged with Camp Ripley, and it isn't done yet. So that's what it was.
Go ahead.
Greg?
I just wanted to comment on the fact that I did not lobby Jerry Lochner or anybody else because the only lobbying I did was behind that podium, and as we received notices, we responded to them, and I invested some money in being in compliance with the signed ordinance, so I wasn't part of the big conspiracy. I missed out on that part.
Sounds like there's a lot of it.
Well, and I don't know. I just have a hard time with a lot of this because you know what? This is a good city. It's a good council. We've got really good staff. Everybody's trying to do their best. We're not perfect. I walked into this as a citizen with a desire to see and get things done, and a lot of things are happening in this community that's preventing that very thing. And I'm so thankful to the council tonight for allowing the Splash Pad skate park to go forward. That has really rejuvenated a lot of people, and we're going to do the very best that we can to make this happen without any money to the city. Dan, I've got a question about a letter that was in our packet, and I have a hard time reading it. I'm pretty familiar with the handwriting, but I'm having a hard time reading exactly what it says. If you could read that to me, it's Dear Dan, let's see, the 24 and I think it's January 2013. Could you please read this and explain exactly what this is saying?
Well, there's two.
Yeah, there's two. The one here is and again, let's discuss both of these. I think they both kind of say the same thing.
I think there's three. Isn't there three? There's three. There's one from the side.
Okay, yep. I know that the city staff is spending a lot of time on data requests, and Lori, do you have the amount of data requests to date that you've received that you guys have been working on? Do you have any?
Not an update since the last time. I don't remember whether there
Hundreds.
80 or 100 or whatever at the last time. I haven't counted since then.
I think it was 85 at that time. We haven't gotten an awful lot in the last maybe a month or two. So it's been much better. One request, it says, I request information that any information conveyed between any council member, including the mayor, Jerry Lochner, or Lori Casella, be said only at the work sessions or in our packets. This request is to eliminate leaks of information ahead of our meetings. It is also fair to everyone.
I guess I'm not really quite understanding that. So basically, if we have a conversation that you got to call all of the council members, or it's got to be revealed at the council meeting when we speak? Or is this, I'm not...
Well, I think it's to make sure that all council members are getting all the information that the other council members are getting. I think that's the point of it. Obviously, I didn't write it, but I had a discussion about this with the writer, and I can understand that. But if I have a conversation with yourself, for instance, it's impossible for me to now call 7 other council members to say, here's what I talked to the mayor about today, or here's what I talked to Mr. Zoko about, or here's what I talked to any of the others about. So that's pretty impossible for me to do, or for staff to do. I think it's just trying to make sure that the council members are getting the same information. The other one, it talks about, I request to inspect all data sharing between you, the mayor, the council members, Jerry Lochner, Laura Casella, Tony Wetzel, Greg Schermers, if possible, and not a violation with the police department, starting with your first day on the job as Little Falls interim city administrator. Well, I mean, there isn't going to be much there because I don't keep my emails. And most emails are conversation. Maybe can you come to a meeting, or when are you coming to work, or whatever. So I mean, those aren't kept in public data. So I mean, that one, as I mentioned, I wasn't happy in getting that. I think it certainly gives me the wrong impression. Is don't you trust me? I mean, is there some things that I might be? You think I might be giving information to some that I'm not giving to everyone? The fact of the matter is I don't have conversations with any of you. I mean, Jeremy, how many times have we had a conversation outside of this council meeting? Or Ms. Doucette, or Don, Greg, Lauren, almost any of you. The only people I talk to are Brian Crowder and the mayor. And Mayor vanrisseghem. There's the only 2 I talk to outside of council meetings. So it's impossible for me for you to even think that some of you aren't getting information that others are getting, because you're not getting any other information other than what you see in the council pack. If I be as I'm honest about it, I think more information goes to Brian Crowder than any of the others, because he asked for information, we give it to him. But I don't copy out everything that he asked for to all of you. He asked for the youth task force, for instance, last week asked for the youth task force financial information that he talked about this evening. I didn't copy that out to everybody. Maybe I should have. I don't know. If you want all that, I'd be happy to do that.
Well, this is kind of what this is saying.
I get the impression, unfortunately, that there's a thought out there that I may be giving information to some of you that not everybody else is getting. And I don't want that impression out there, because it's not happening. I see some of you chuckling, because it's just not happening. But, I get this, give me everything you've given to Lori Casella or Jerry Lochner since you started work with the city 5 months ago. I mean, it's impossible for me to do that, because because I can't tell you everything I've talked to them about, I don't remember, to be honest with you. And there's no paper. I believe in face-to-face conversations, and that's what this staff has done. They do face-to-face. We don't do email stuff, because I don't like email stuff. I mean, it doesn't need to be there, and it kind of goes to what Frank was talking about earlier, what the league is telling you. Do stuff face-to-face, do communication, do it written, and we don't have to keep these emails. So, you know, those are two of the requests. And then there was one other one, request for copies of the bylaws for the following bodies: HPC, Sister City Committee, Park Trees and Recreation and Planning and Zoning. Well, there aren't no bylaws for any of those. There's the ordinances that establish them. The only bylaws that I've seen are as a draft of the Sister City Committee, and we'll get this information to the recipient. I just got this stuff on my desk, so those are the requests that I've got.
Well, and I guess, you know, we've gotten a few of these. The thing of it is that there's nothing sneaky going on. There's truly, this is a group of individuals that got on this council